Dear students, welcome to the course Testing of Fibers and Yarns, and in this course we are discussing about the important fiber dimensions. So where we started with fiber length and we have discussed about fiber fineness and we have seen what is maturity and its measurement, and finally we are discussing about this fiber strength. We are discussing about fiber strength. Now coming to this fiber strength, we have started discussing about that is the important terminologies. Important terminology which we come across during this tensile measurement. Say for example breaking load, breaking tenacity, that is tenacity under stress, strain, specific stress, okay, elongation at break and elastic modulus. Likewise we have seen some that is different terminologies related to tensile strength, testing of textiles. Okay, now today's class we are going to discuss about three important principles which are generally used to carry out the tensile measurements. So tensile is nothing but where we are testing the material, we are applying the load on the specimen in its axis. Okay, so this is about the today's class. So today's class we are going to discuss about three important principles, so which are CRE, CRL and CRT principles. That is constant rate of loading, constant rate of elongation and constant rate of traverse. So these are the three important principles we are going to discuss. Okay, now so if you look at the tensile measurements, so there are three ways to perform this tensile measurement. That means you are taking the specimen, this is a specimen, and we are going to apply the load. That is, this is the axis. We are going to apply the load. Okay, so this can be done in three different ways. Okay, so first one is CRL. First one is CRL. This is nothing but constant rate of loading. Constant rate of loading. That means where we are going to apply the load onto the specimen at a constant rate. So at one point of load where the amount of stress which is imparted in the specimen is going to be very high, and finally the specimen is going to break. So this type of principle is called as constant rate of loading, and we have certain instruments which are based on this constant rate of loading. We have lead strength tester is there, so which is based on this constant rate of loading. Okay, now coming to this constant rate of elongation, that is CRE. Constant rate of elongation, that is CRE. If you look at this, the rate of increase of specimen length, is uniform with time. That means the extension in the specimen is going to be uniform with respect to time. So the extension, that is the constant rate of extension in the specimen, is going to impart some tension and finally the specimen is going to break. Okay, so this is called as CRE principle, that is constant rate of elongation, where the extension in the specimen is going to be constant with respect to, that is uniform with time, and at one point of that is extension in the specimen which causes it, that is which impart more tension, and finally the specimen is going to break. So this is called as constant rate of elongation. So here load causes the specimen to break, and here because of the extension at uniform with time causes the specimen to break. The next one is CRT principle, that is constant rate of traverse. Constant rate of traverse principle. That means pulling one clamp at uniform rate, and the load is applied through the other clamp. Load is applied through the other clamp. So which moves appreciably to actuate a load measuring mechanism, so that the rate of increase of either load or elongation is usually not constant here. Okay, here in constant rate of traverse, where we are pulling the clamp at one end at a uniform rate, that is the bottom end at uniform rate, and the load is applied. The load is applied through other clamp. Load is applied to other clamp. Okay, so because of, whatever the load which is applied in the other clamp, which moves the load measuring mechanism, and finally we can read the load in that instrument itself. So this is constant rate of traverse. Okay, so these are the three principles generally used and for the tensile measurements, and most of the tensile strength instruments were developed based on these principles. Okay, now let us discuss about each and every principle in detail. Okay, now if you look at this is the first one, that is constant rate of loading. This is the first one. This is constant rate of loading, and this is CRL, this is CRE, and this is CRT. CRT. Now, if you observe carefully, if you look at the first one, that is CRL principle. So in this, now you can see where in the tensile measurements, obviously where we have to fix the specimen in between two jars. So this is one jar and this is the second jar. Always, whatever it may be the instrument it is, we are mounting the specimen in between two jars. So where the one jar should be of movable and one jar should be of fixed one. Here you can see this is the fixed jar and this is the movable jar, and in between the fixed jar and movable jar we are mounting our specimen. This is the specimen. Okay, now so in this CRL principle, what I told you, where we are going to impart load of the specimen in a uniform rate, uniform with the time, so that it causes tension in the specimen and finally it is going to break. So this is the constant rate of loading principle. So now you can see here, so we have mounted the specimen in between two jars, that is, this is a fixed one and this is a movable one, and this is our specimen A. Now you can see here, so this bottom jar is connected to suitable load, that is load application mechanism. So where it is going to impart or it is going to pull, this bottom jar at a force F. So the bottom jar is going to be pulled straight away. That means the load is going to be applied directly onto the specimen, that is at a constant rate, uniform with time. Okay, not suddenly we are pulling this bottom jar, where we are going to apply or pull the bottom jar at a constant rate, uniform with time. Now what will happen, where the specimen also, it starts elongate, and at one point of time the specimen is going to break. Understand? So this is what the constant rate of loading. So here the load causes the tension in the specimen to break. Understand? So this is the constant rate of loading principle. Okay. Now coming to this constant rate of elongation. Constant rate of elongation. Now you can see carefully. So here also, so this is the fixed jar, and here this is same, that is, it is also same, that is movable jar, and we have mounted the specimen in between fixed jar and then movable jar. But you can observe one difference from this to this. Here with the help of a suitable loading mechanism, we are just pulling the bottom jar straight away. But here, it is not pulled straight away like suitable mechanism, where this bottom jar is connected to a screw type mechanism. A screw type mechanism. Bottom jar is connected to a screw type mechanism, so that what happens is, where the load is not going to be directly onto the specimen. Instead, when this load screw mechanism rotates, this specimen started extending. The specimen starts extending at a constant rate. The specimen starts extending at a constant rate. Are you getting my point? Now what will happen? Because of extending the filament or extending the specimen, what happens? It imparts certain amount of tension in the specimen, and finally the specimen is going to break. The specimen is going to break. Understand? So this is called as constant rate of extension. So the extension in the specimen will cause us tension on it, and finally it is going to break. So here the bottom jar is connected to a suitable. This is a screw type mechanism where the specimen is going to break. And finally CRT, that is constant rate of traverse. Constant rate of traverse. Okay. Now coming to constant rate of traverse, if you observe these two principles with these three, what is the main difference you are observing here? So in these two cases, we are using fixed jar and then movable jar. Is it right? So where movable jar is going to move, whereas fixed jar, it doesn't move. It is going to be fixed. When it comes to CRT principles, that is constant rate of traverse principle, where this is a jar. This is not a fixed one, just like the other two principles, and this is the movable jar. Movable jar, it is connected to the screw type mechanism, similar to that of CRE principle. But you can see, so as usual we are mounting the specimen in between this jar J5 J6. J5, we cannot say that it is not a fixed jar, and this J5 is connected with a strap by using, that is, onto a pulley. Jar J5 is connected to a, that is, pulley. So which indicates the load that is directly in the, we can read the load directly from the pulley, which is having a separate load indication mechanism. Now what will happen? Here where the bottom jar is moving at a constant rate, like with the help of screw mechanism, it is where the specimen is going to be pulled. But in other direction, if you see, what is happening here, when this is moving downwards, where it will also act against to that. It will also act against to that, and finally we can read the load directly from the pulley. Okay, this is constant rate of extension. Traverse. Now you can see the same thing. Okay, so this is CRL principle. The load on the specimen increases at a constant rate, and this principle of loading is called as constant rate of loading. Okay, and coming to constant rate of extension, as I told you already, where whatever this the specimen suffers extension, and this would cause it to be loaded. So extending the specimen causes it to be loaded, and finally at one point where the specimen is going to break. So in this case, the applied elongation is responsible for tension or loading the specimen. Whatever the elongation we are applying, so that is responsible for the tension or loading the specimen. So finally, so that this principle is said to be constant rate of extension principle. Okay, and coming to this constant rate of traverse, as I told you already, so this specimen, this C is fixed to bottom jar and then top jar and then bottom jar. Okay, and the upper jaw is not truly fixed as compared with this CRL and CRE principle, but due to an instrument design feature is connected to a pulley at the top of the top jaw as a load indication mechanism. So this J5 is connected to a pulley at the top to operate the load indication mechanism. Okay, now what will happen? The lower jaw traverses downwards at a constant rate to elongate the specimen. Now you can see the lower jaw is connected to a screw type mechanism that is going to be operated, that is impart elongation in the specimen, exactly like CRE principle. Okay. Now the moment of upper jaw is relative to that of lower jaw prevents the extension of the specimen. Now you can see this specimen is moving downwards. Since this top jaw is connected to pulley, this will also move downwards. So do you think this movement will allow the specimen to elongate? Obviously no. So that is what the CRT principle, where the extension is not constant as well as the loading also not constant. Okay, so the moment of upper jaw relative to that of lower jaw prevents the extension of the specimen. So the moment of the upper jaw and then the relative to that of lower jaw movement, it prevents the extension of specimen. Okay, at precisely constant rate. So this principle of loading is referred therefore as constant rate of traverse. Why? Because here in this case too, the specimen extension causes loading. So here extending the specimen only, it causes it to load. But it is quite different from the CRE principle. Why? Because this J5 is connected to a pulley, thereby where it indicates the load, that is indicating mechanism, load measuring mechanism. Okay, so directly we can read the load which makes the specimen to break. Understand? So this is the CRT principle, that is constant rate of traverse principle. Okay, so this is all about the today's class, where we have discussed in detail about constant rate of loading and constant rate of elongation and constant rate of traverse, and how these principles are different from each other. And in nowadays most of the modern instruments, and they are all developed based on the CRE principles, that is constant rate of elongation principles. That means elongating the specimen which causes or which is responsible for loading on the specimen. If load causes, obviously the specimen is going to break at one point of time. Understand? So this is called as constant rate of elongation and most widely used principle in most of the measuring instruments. Okay, so this is all about today's class, and in the next class we will meet and we will discuss about how to find out or how to measure the strength of single fibers, and then the strength of bundle of fibers, that is bunch of fibers. Okay, so it is highly difficult to measure the strength of individual fibers where more preciseness is required, and we have instruments, say for example Instron tensile strength tester, which is based on strain gauge principle, and we have stellometer which is there and which is meant for the bundle fiber strength testing. Okay, in the next class we will discuss about how to find out the strength of single yarn by using this Instron tensile strength tester, which works on strain gauge principle. Hope you understand this class. We'll meet again in the next class. Till then, thank you. Bye.